And yes, we are back. Shoutouts to us for making it back. You, me, all of us. For anyone, playing Diablo 4 this weekend, you probably played the Druid or tried the Druid, whatever, if you didn't, yada yada. And you realize something. Druid feels pretty terrible to play. Not terrible, feels weak, I would say. And I just want to kind of go over some things, in my opinion, why it feels weak, and some adjustments that could be made, hopefully that are made, so Druid feels better. Because as of right now, in my opinion, Druid is the worst class in the beta. Not that it matters, because it is a beta. And I do want to say one thing. So Rogue is the only class that got their class that can do their whatever this tab is, their quest for this. Rogue is the only one. So it's very natural that Rogue felt stronger than the other classes, because Barb can't do theirs. I don't know about Necromancers or Sorcerers, but I know Barb can't do theirs and Druid can't do theirs because it's in a part of the map that is not available. It's over here. Rogue's mission is like over here somewhere. Then you go over here, and then you go over there, and you go back, and then you clear it. So, yeah. No wonder Rogue felt better. So let's talk about Druid. One of the big things I noticed right away as to why Druid feels weak is the numbers are just kind of really low. So for Storm Strike, if this is like the 25 damage reduction is really good, kind of can facilitate any type of build if being tanky is your thing. So out of these, I think Storm Strike is probably the winner. The wolf skills, all of them. So let's talk about it in categories. Let's talk about the wolf skills. The wolf skills, objectively, all feel pretty lackluster, number-wise and utility-wise. Like this right here alone is not really interesting or entertaining or strong, in my opinion. I think if they increase this and I don't know, because the wolf skills or werewolf skills in this game facilitates crit and damage. It's like they want wolf to be associated with crit and poison, but the problem really is the skill tree for the Druid doesn't facilitate crit or poison really. This is the only thing that really gives you flat crit rate, and I want to say this: your critical strike chances increase by 20%, against or enhanced ravens. So these are like the only two things on the board that kind of facilitates crit and or poison. Now there's this for slow, and it does poison enemies take additional critical damage, or critical strikes with werewolf skills still whatever. So the problem really is that these skills facilitate, they want you to get crit and or poison damage or something in between or a combination of both, but it's a beta, and trying to roll for specific things or get specific crit rate and stuff when it's not in your tree from the gear. I imagine you get it from gear, right, or Paragon or whatever. Just was not going to work. It's very natural that the Druid feels weak because it's just you weren't going to get a good build for this stuff in the first place, in my opinion. So that's what the wolf. So problem with werewolf stuff is it's just not meant to be strong in this version of the game. I think it obviously, because I did, if you saw the other video, I did Windshear and Shred, and then I did Bloodhowl, and then I had Wolves Companions. The problem I ran into around like level 19, 20 is I didn't feel strong anymore. I felt very weak. I felt like I was not really doing any damage, and it showed in my clear. My clear speed was abysmal, and I did not enjoy it at all. So yeah, that's my problem with the wolf stuff. It doesn't really facilitate itself on the tree. So if they added more werewolf specific things, like there's all types of bear stuff. Like there's just like a lot of bear stuff in general, and it kind of is coherent with overpowered and fortify. And there's so many things in the tree that you can access fortify and overpower from. That so if you were to do the werebear, earthbender stuff, whatever for stun and fortify and overpower, it kind of naturally comes together. Whereas, you know, poison and werewolf, it does not feel good at all. And that's just my opinion. The other skills didn't also feel good. Like, even if, like, I tried tornado. The problem with tornado is when you cast it, you'll probably cast it on top of yourself. It'll probably only tick once and then it'll like skirt off. I thought that was like not good. Where can I show it? But I thought that was like really bad. And if they change like the how it interacts, I think that would be better. But yeah, tornado felt really just bad. Like just not even like numbers wise, just felt like a really bad skill.
Not while I'm in town.
So if they could just improve it, I think it would be better overall. Hopefully I don't get the invisible wall. All right. So let me actually demonstrate it and not just like make it sound like I'm talking out of my ass. Oh wait, I gotta restart the whole tree. Whatever. Enhanced tornado. Enhanced tornado didn't feel good. I think this should be upped or changed. And sure. Let me just find some enemies. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't really feel, and it didn't even hit this guy. He's full health. So I feel like tornado should just be changed for that sake. It even missed him. Like it's, you get what I'm saying?
I'm low on spirit.
And even when you casted it a lot as a base skill, you don't really get the double proc often. I'm gonna leave. I don't like fighting. I don't have a choice, I guess.
I'm out of spirit.
So yeah, I feel like if they just clean the skill up, it would be better. But as of right now, it doesn't even feel good to use. I used tornado about 10 times there just now, and you didn't see one double tornado. Maybe I used it about 8 times. And it's apparently a 20% chance to spawn an additional tornado. I didn't proc it once, so that felt terrible. I don't really have any opinion on the bear stuff. It didn't feel fun. I'll say that. I did mess around with it. And the earthbender stuff, the earthbend, like this earth spike felt so, it just felt really slow. I would say, because you can get, like I said, you can get fortify from a lot of the earth skills and overpower from the bear stuff, and then you can get like a fortify overpower thing kind of going on if you want. Let me just show this off really fast too. Wait, I can, yeah. This just feels slow. It looks cool. I just didn't really feel good at any point to use. You know, that's, you know, my opinion. But I think some adjustments here, because like I said, this is the only one that feels good. Storm Strike is the only skill that feels good. So I think some adjustments here is really needed. This definitely needs changing. Thought Shred was cool. Landslide was cool. Landslide is really good for this, I believe, because you can basically get a guaranteed crit if you do enough CC, if I'm understanding this correctly. But that's like one of the combos I kind of saw, but I didn't want to do it. It didn't feel good to me. Bloodhound is just way superior. At least, again, you know, as far as the beta goes, it's just really superior to these other skills here. I really didn't like Cyclone Armor. Earth and Bulwark was whatever. This is whatever. I just thought Bloodhowl was the obvious winner because you can get this, and this reduces how often you can use it. So you can actually, you know, heal probably every 10 seconds if you have decent clear. And that's why, you know, Bloodhowl and Shred work so good. Levels like 7 to 17, because I was doing so much damage, and I could keep Bloodhowl up constantly. This part of the tree also felt really weak. Wolves didn't feel strong at all. Like that's kind of cool. The active was kind of janky because sometimes it wouldn't connect. So if the enemy was moving, you use the active, they would just miss, and you wouldn't actually get the damage. So that felt pretty bad. Like I said, this just some number changes here and adjustment to how the skill works would be fine. The Vine was fine. Raven in theory is okay. Didn't really feel impactful, but you can get like 2 Ravens that can that for the enhanced Ravens. I thought that was pretty good. This is also good if you just want to go for vulnerable stuff. Yeah, I thought this is fine. Hurricane felt pretty weak. Not Hurricane. Rabies. Rabies felt pretty weak at all points of the game. Like I was trying to use it, it just didn't feel like it ever did anything. On top of maybe I don't know what it was. It just didn't feel like it didn't do anything. And as far as, like I said, werewolf goes, there's nothing in the tree that facilitates stronger werewolf skills. So that never felt good. I didn't really mess around with too much of the other stuff. Like I didn't use boulder. I didn't care about the rock stuff. Cataclysm kind of is fine. No complaints there. Lacerate feels pretty bad. I don't know what it was. Lacerate just felt bad. It felt like it didn't do anything. Even if it's just, yeah, I don't know. It just didn't feel good. And I can see where it would be good under some circumstances, or crit and poison and stuff, and for like single target bursts. And the cooldown's not super long. It's 46 seconds as of right now. It's not bad. It just didn't feel good. Petrify is, like, you know, good for bosses. Like if you just want to burst bosses down, it's fine. And Grizzly Rage was whatever. I kind of liked it, but it was whatever. So the real problem, all in all, is some of these skills are just. And again, just to make this clear, I didn't get any legendaries. So all the people complaining about, no, drop rate is too high, you guys are clowns. Because I got a few legendaries, but they weren't for what the skills I wanted. So that's why I never felt strong. So that's obviously a me thing. So that's fine, whatever. But that's really it. That's basically why the Druid doesn't like feel good. Some of the skills just aren't really coherent with one another or by them. Like they just aren't good skills by themselves. Damage didn't I never felt like I was doing a lot of damage. Also, with or without legendaries, I feel like if people are going by just legendaries, like, oh, my class felt like this after I got my legendary, that's not the lens you would want to use, because you're not gonna have legendaries at the end of Act 1, or yeah, at the end of Act 1. Because normally you probably would do Act 1, probably keep doing Act 2, or do the dungeons, whatever, but you won't have a huge array of legendaries. So that, I think the class should be looked at as class without legendaries. Because again, this is the beta. And yeah, without legendaries, this class feels pretty lackluster. Because you just need some damage adjustments. Not damage, some number adjustments. Like, I think Shred should do more damage. I think Lightning Storm. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't see the legendaries for these skills, so I don't know how they actually work. But I think as far as, you know, all flat numbers go, I think the Druid could use a boost in almost every department if this is how they want them to play. Because based off the later passives in the tree, they actually want you to either maintain a form or go back from werewolf to wolf, bear, from wolf to bear, and then weave in some elements if you want to, or go back and forth between elements. Where is it? Yeah, nature magic skills deal 2% increased damage. Triple this bonus if an earth skill is the next skill cast after a storm skill. So they want you to actually go back and forth with the forms and stuff in the spells, but at no point did it ever feel good to do so. So that's like the real big problem. So they need to, Blizzard should, you know, look at adding more wolf specific passives and adjusting most of these numbers so they feel rewarding in the first place. And that's really it. And unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, Druid was the only character I played this weekend, so you know how that experience probably was. Like I said, I didn't get any good gear at all. Like, this is the best gear I got, and I got some legendaries, but they are all for Earth stuff or crowd control stuff, and that was not the build I was trying to go. I went a Thunder build at the end of the day, but yeah. So yeah, that's the video. Just wanted to put that out there. So if I had to rank them, I'd probably make a video on this. Maybe not, I don't know. But if I had to rank them, Druid is the worst, followed by Barb. Then I would say, I don't know, maybe Sork. I saw some rogue damage and it was kind of crazy, but it was with legendaries, so I don't know. And then Necro's somewhere up there too. But the point is, Druid and Barb feel kind of outclassed by the other characters so far. But this is only the beginning. I would say there's probably 1/4 of what the character can do. And yeah, that's the video. Thanks for watching. That's my opinion on Druid. Hopefully they just make them stronger. They feel good. I mean, they look good, kind of fun in some aspects, but lackluster in most. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the beta, and can't wait to see what the game has in store. I'll be doing more D4 stuff. We'll see. Anyways, take care. Tell someone you love them, and peace.